Hi guys, welcome to another Chit Chat Sunday. I'm fixing my sleeves by the way. Anyways, today I wanted to discuss with you guys and just like share how I protect my peace. And I didn't just get here all of a sudden today on knowing how to protect my peace, pay much attention to the energy around me. It took me a lot of work to get here. Naturally, I would say it was easy for me because naturally I'm actually a calm person. But because I had a lot of what's it called? A lot of, I will call it noise, but for a lack of a better word, let's call it noise. Basically, I'm actually changing my earrings because I just finished filming like content, so I want to change it for this video. So yeah, I will call it. Let me know. I think, for a lack of better word, I will call it outside, like energy or outside voice, right? And it took me quite a while to be able to sit in my calmness, like, and really really own it. I was talking about this in one of my videos. I think it was in my chicha video, or where I was talking about how the year went or something, of how much I was talking about how calm I can be, and at the same time I'll be like, oh, why am I not, talking and all that. You guys, this lip gloss is actually the best thing after agege bread, after sliced bread. It smells so good. So yeah, I was talking about how I used to feel like, oh, I have to say something so that it looks like, okay, I'm part of the conversation, or I'm part of, you know, or I know something, right? And for a very long time, I thought that was cool, but it wasn't cool because it's okay for me to keep quiet and it's okay for me to talk when, I wanted to talk. And for me to now find a balance between that and myself took me quite a while. It took me quite a while, right? And I actually have some things that have been jotted here, but I'm just gonna talk about them randomly on how I protect my peace, the things that I do, now to like protect myself and protect my peace. The number one thing I started doing is I stopped taking things personal. Now, knowing me is knowing that what's kind of getting me, to be honest, some words actually getting me. I can low key remember a word or something that was said to me that I found really very hurtful 10 years ago, and like literally I can remember it, right? But I had to work on that and stop taking things personal, in sense of, if someone does something to me or someone says something in particular, I had to work on it, and I don't think much about it. Now I got to understand that people, especially when people are joking, when they say things and say, "Ha, I'm just joking." No, they're not. They're actually saying their mind, right? It is very how will I put it? It can be hard, and it is very intentional for you to pay attention to what someone is saying when they say that they are joking. Like, to me now, when I say something and I say, "Oh, I'm just joking," I tend to always repeat that I'm just joking, because I'm really just joking. If I say something in joke, I'm like, "Oh, I'm serious. I'm not joking." Like, I always try to point it out even while I'm joking and say, okay, I'm really joking, or oh, I'm serious about this, right? Because I got to understand that people kind of pass some type of, backhand insults or backhand things that they have in their mind, and they just pass it as, oh, it's just a joke. No, it's not a joke. It's really not a joke. And I had to learn this the hard way. Not really the hard way, but I had to learn this over time. For someone to always say something and just laugh about it, I'm like, no, you say things and you laugh about it. No, you're really serious about what you're saying. You know what you're saying, right? So I learned how to not take things personal. If anybody's saying anything, most times people project, sometimes people don't project. So people just say things as they are to you. So sometimes they don't project, sometimes they do project. And I just think about, I take it and I think about it like, okay, what's this person saying? Is this person saying this thing for me to be better? Is this person saying this thing to shade me? Is this person saying this thing to insult me? Is this person saying this from a good place? I filter it and I say, okay, this person is saying for a good place, and I say, oh no, this person is shading me, right? And I work with that, whatever it might be, but I stop taking things personal. Like, people act some certain type of way, it's not because of me. I'm not the only one in this world, and the world doesn't revolve around me. If someone says something or something or does something, I'm not the only one in this world. People are going through some things. People are not nice, right? People are not kind with what they say or how they react. So I do not let that define who I am. I do not overthink it. I say, oh, this person's. I I really really stopped doing that for a very long time. Like, it's not that serious. To be honest, it's really not that serious. The only thing I try to do is I try not to replay the incident, or I try not to replay the exact word, in my mind. Yes, I know I can remember, but I try not to replay it because it makes me see the person in a very different light. And to be honest, it's not that serious if I'm being honest. The next thing that's always also helped me to protect my peace is minding my business. I mind my business a lot. A lot. When I mean a lot, a lot. Now, if I have a friend, I said this in one of my videos, and maybe there was a point we're talking and they asked me, no, I asked them or they tell me about something, maybe they're trying to achieve something or something, right? I'm not the friend that will always want to follow up so much in details about that thing. No, I will ask you questions. How is it going? Like, at interval. One thing about me that I've always take much into consideration with, and what I really live by, is if I think about you, you cross my mind, I text you immediately, or I call you immediately. Now, I like calls. Calls are faster for me. I like to receive calls because I like to understand the expression of the person through. I can also understand somebody through, like, their voice. I can understand, like, their energy, through their voice. So I like calls. I really don't like text, right? So once you come to my mind, I'm texting you ASAP. I'm calling you ASAP. If I forget, I will text you the next day when I remember again. And that came because there was a point in my life where I remembered someone, never called the person, never text the person. The next day, the person was gone. And since then, I told myself that I will never, once I have it in my mind, or once someone drops in my mind, I'm going to call you, I'm going to text you. That's why when you ask my friends and they maybe talk or something about me, they'll always tell you that, oh, randomly, she just call and text and just ask how you are. That is how I mind my business a lot. I mind my business a lot, and it helps me to protect my peace, because sometimes when you pay too much attention into people's life, you actually allow it to rub off on your own life, either good or bad, or the ugly, in a way that you don't even know that that's what you're doing. Just imagine, maybe you have a friend that is always complaining about how men are this, men are that. You always realize, or you get to a point where you realize that you start to believe those things. You start to understand. You start to, I don't know how to, but you start to implement those things in your life. Even when you have a man, you start to see, because that friend is always calling you and complaining about this person. You start to look at your own man, or in a way that you cannot explain. Now, that's because the energy that you're taking in is making you feel so overwhelmed. It's already attached, it's already mixed up with your own energy. So you tend to react, you tend to work from that special place. Do you understand? So it's always very important for you to always learn to mind your business. Your own life is a lot. And to be honest, I've been up since 6 a.m. This is my last video. This is my fourth video today, and this is my last video. And once I stand up from here, I'm going out. I'm going to do all the things, right? Before it's night, because I have to edit a video that needs to go up today, because today's Wednesday. Wednesday. Before it's night, I'm tired. I just want to sleep. Especially these days that the days that I film. Once I sit down to film videos for a very long time, I don't want to talk for the next 31 hour. Not because of anything, but because I've been talking so much since morning. I don't want to talk. Right? When my nephew and nieces are at, my nephews and my niece are at home, and I is filming, they already understood. When they understand, when they see me, they're like, "Oh, you're tired. You've been talking all the years." Because over time, when I'm tired and I go downstairs, I can just sit in their midst and be looking at them and just be playing with them. But you will not hear anything come out from my mouth. Why? Because I'm tired. I've been talking all day. I don't have the words, right? So before I do all that and think about how my life is going to go, how I can make money, how I want to be a better person, I'm minding my business and all that, right? I'm not the friend. I'm not the. I don't know. Maybe some of my friends don't like this about me, but I'm just not the friend that will just call you and say, "Hey, so what now happened? So where did you not go yesterday?" It's not me. Oh. I can generally really just call you. Maybe it's your birthday and say, so wait till you can't do that. But I'm not the friend that will always be into details. I'm the friend that will come once in a while and just ask you, hi, you hope you're fine, hope you're good, is everything going good? Now, some people will see that and maybe monitoring spirit and all that. Really, I don't care. Once I've asked you, how are you? You're fine. Trust me. Trust me. The next 2 hours, I'm not thinking about you. Like, I'm not thinking about you. That's just the way it works for me, right? So I always learn to mind my business, and that's really helped me to protect my peace so much. The next thing that helped me so well is not reacting immediately. You guys, I know where I'm coming from, especially this, especially in relationships. Oh, I know where I'm coming from. I know where I'm coming from. Now, prior to me getting here, there was a stage where I never used to say anything because I'm like, I beg, I don't have strength because Loki, I really don't have strength for problems, right? Or for arguments or something. One thing about me, if I've measured something some particular time, I just leave you. Like I just let you be. That's like me. That's how I roll. That's how I work. Even in my relationships, even in my romantic relationship, even in my friendship, right? That's just how I am. I said something back to back, back to back, back to back. You're not listening. You're not following. That's the end. Like I don't say anything again. I just let you do as you like, right? But see, I will not mention it. That one's a lie. I will mention it, right? So coming from there, and dating people that I felt like, oh, I'm too calm. That's why this person keep doing these things. I did a video recently on. I think that video is gonna go up today, where I was talking about how I improved my self worth, and I was talking about how you not tying how people treat you to your self-worth. I learned that in romantic relationship. I got to understand that, me being me doesn't define the way someone treats me, and it doesn't make me feel less of myself. The person is just treating me the way they feel or the way they understand how to love, or the capacity that they have, but it doesn't change who I am, right? I didn't have to change to be someone that reacts immediately because I felt like, oh, if I don't say anything, this will continue, right? And it took me back to just sitting down with myself and telling myself that this is not you, right? The fact that this person feels this certain type of way, or this person treats you this certain type of way, really doesn't mean it's because you don't talk. It's just that that is just how shitty they are, right? Do you understand? That's just who they are, right? For whatever it is that they are doing towards you. So I had to reclaim myself. I had to just stay and not react. So because I was coming from the fact of, oh, if I don't react, that means he's still going to be doing it because he will think that I'm cool with it. And meanwhile, I'm just come about it like I don't have strength for all this, right? So I just had to come back to myself and just right now I might have a reaction, but I don't I don't react immediately anymore. And that is also because I've come to understand myself and see that I'm a very different person that I don't like when I react immediately. Very different. You don't even want to know. And I just thought about it. I'm like, no, this is not me. This is like Why I always know this is because I can react some certain type of way now to a situation immediately. The next morning, I'm thinking differently about the situation, and I'm like, why didn't I act like that yesterday? Because that was an instant reaction. So I had to work on it, and it has helped me to reclaim my peace. In sense of, I see some things, or maybe someone does something to me recently, or try to trigger me, and I'm just quiet about it. I'm just looking, and in my mind, trust me, I'm saying it's like you don't know. I have what I would say to you, but you know what? I hope my mic is working. Like seriously, so I just chill and I don't react, or I chill. I keep my reaction inside cooler, and I react, and I got to understand that I react less, right? Than when I react immediately. And it's been one thing that I'm choosing so much because people can trigger you. People are gonna trigger you. So you have to choose that. Very, very important. The next thing to protect my peace is I choose what I engage in. Now, I choose what I look at, what I watch, what I hear, in fact, what I smell, and what goes into my mouth and what comes out of my mouth, but most importantly, what I watch and what I engage with, right? I stopped really engaging in things that make me feel very anxious, very worried. If I have some people talking about, oh, men are this, men are that, I'm like, it's money I'm looking for. Like, technically, this just happened to me like 3 days ago with my friends, and I'm like, now money are different. And I remember what my friend saying, one day you will say, okay, yes, you're looking for something. The other day you will say, oh, it's money. I say, I only talk about a man when I'm with you guys, and that's the honest truth. I thought about it that day. I'm like, and on my way back, I was like, actually, when I am not with my friends, and maybe they're talking about relationship and all that, I'm thinking about money. Like, there's a type of life that I want to live for myself, and it's money that key that life. It's money that life needs, right? And and that's it. Like, it's money that life needs, and I need money. When I am not with my friends, or I don't have anybody thinking about relationship and all that, that's what I'm thinking about. And I had to create my own timeline. When you go on my timeline now, my explore page, sorry, on Instagram, on TikTok, particularly on Instagram, you see more of content everywhere. I had to change it everywhere. You will not see one proposal video, or one wedding marriage, or one very big baker that already have a life, or already in business, and you will not see anything like that. It's content all the time. Content, recipe, that's what you're gonna see, because that's where I am right now, and that is what is going to feed me more. If I see content of people, I already have editing skills that I want to learn as I'm sitting here, because I've seen it in people's video. It changed my whole perspective, right? My whole time, my whole expo, it's changed, like really changed. When you go on my TikTok, you see more funny videos, more of AI. In fact, what I like now on TikTok is all those fruits, Popiana, and all those nonsense things. That's what I watch. I watch a lot of it. My sisters always compare. It's funny to me. I watch it. AI, music, self development. That's like what you see, and it's been so good. Me choosing what I engage in. Oh, so beautiful. I've had less anxiety. I've had peace. I've had calmness. Like, it, I cannot even explain it. I'm not anxious unnecessarily about anything. I'm just really cool and calm, and that's helped me to protect my peace a lot. In choosing what I engage in, top tier, like top tier, top tier. The next thing is protecting my environment, which is almost like what I just said, which is what I listen to, what I watch, how I clean my space, just basically everything that is in my environment, everything that I feel like concern me. I might know issues that are happening around me, and I don't engage in it. Like, I don't pay attention to it because it's none of my business. Do you understand me? It's none of my business. I actually had one issue like a few weeks back or something, and I was like, I know what to say about this issue because all of you are doing rubbish. This person in particular is doing nonsense, right? But I didn't say anything. I just kept quiet because I'm like, there's no need. I no, this is going to blow up. It's going to be extended to what is. I'm not interested. Like it does not concern for me. Was I stopped chasing things and trying to make things. I'm saying, and it all comes from the fact of not wanting things to be leaving things to flow the way that they want to flow, and it has protected my peace so much in sense of I just release the control of trying to control things, trying to control people in general, family, friends, whatever it may be. Just let people be themselves, right? And even try to even know if I really like this person as a family for who they are, or I like this person as a person for who they are, because they are not showing up how I want them to show up. They're showing up how they want to show up, and they're showing up as themselves, right? Or how they can show up. And it's actually a very, very big game changer. And I'm just looking at my notes like, I'm almost done, not almost done. Like this is like everything. And I'm really so happy to the level that I've gotten to, because I know there was a time in my life where everything bothered me, everything affected me, everything made me realize that I was so drained. I was, trying to my peace was being disrupted, right? And these are things that I've worked on. I'm still working on. These things are conscious effort, right? And I'm still working on to protect my peace, reclaim my calmness, and to be honest, it's the best thing ever. It can be hard, but the best thing ever. I don't feel as drained as I used to feel. Anything that drains me right now, oh sorry, anything that drains me right now is content, what I want to feel. How can I make money? To be honest, how can I even manage the money that I have, right? Those are the things that are like disturbing me, like draining me right now. How can I be a better person? How can I buy my first car? Like, how can I, you know, a lot of things, right? But not so much of outside energy, right? So it's just so very wonderful to be in this phase of my life. I really, 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 really love it. And yeah, so that will be all for today. Please like this video, subscribe if you're not. Please join the family. Don't you want to be seeing my friend face all the time? Join the family. I really, really appreciate it. Subscribe. Share this video. I felt like I've said subscribe before, but share this video. Leave me a comment. Tell me something that you're doing that is helping you to reclaim your peace and helping you to reclaim your calmness. Let's know. Let's all learn in the comment section. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.